What if you could turn back time and return to your high school days? How would you seize that chance? Would you live your youth to the fullest, finally confess to the person you liked, or chase those unfinished dreams? Our main character is Shinta, a 27-year-old NEET. He took the college entrance exam twice before finally getting into a master's program, and he even secured a job before graduating. But after just 3 months, he quit. He couldn't bear watching his coworkers suffer through workplace bullying. In Japan, companies place great importance on employment history. Quitting so quickly almost completely ruined his career. To make matters worse, his parents cut off his allowance. Shinta felt like his life had reached a dead end. That's when a mysterious man appeared, someone who accurately described every one of Shinta's struggles. The man introduced himself as Yoke, a researcher from an institute. He invited Shinta to participate in a 1-year experiment. All living expenses would be covered, and the institute would help him find a job once it ended. Shinta was tempted. Then Yoke took out a special pill. "Swallow this," he said, "and you'll become young again." The next morning, Shinta looked into the mirror and saw a familiar yet unfamiliar face staring back at him. He was told he had to return to high school as a student. Even though the institute covered all expenses, Shinta felt deeply uncomfortable, an adult pretending to be a teenager. Noticing his hesitation, Yoke told him, "You can treat this year as a chance to change your life, or you can stay the same and remain stuck." Those words convinced Shinta to give it a try. Shinta entered his new senior year classroom. Although he looked young, inside he was still a 27-year-old man. The embarrassment was overwhelming. He tried to quietly sit in the back row, but a girl named Chizuru approached him and told him that to his surprise, Yoke had also transferred into the same class. During self-introductions, Shinta learned that Yoke had once been a student at this school as well. Before Shinta could fully process that, Chizuru introduced herself. She was the top-ranked student in the entire school. Being surrounded by such capable high schoolers made Shinta's anxiety skyrocket. What he didn't expect was a test on the very first day. As a former master's student, he thought it would be easy, but he had forgotten even what he was supposed to bring to school. When the teacher checked his bag, she found a pack of cigarettes, strictly forbidden. Seeing his classmates' shocked expressions, Shinta finally remembered that he was supposed to be a high school student. The teacher sent him to the office after school. After the exam, Shinta began doubting how much he actually remembered. While being lectured, he learned that his homeroom teacher was only 25 years old. That realization hit him hard. He was already 28. During their conversation, the teacher noticed Shinta's respectful attitude and thanked him for it. She admitted that being young often meant not being taken seriously. Her words reminded Shinta of teachers who had bullied him in the past, leaving him feeling suffocated. In the end, she told him to write a reflection and return the next. Dejected, Shinta left the school gates and immediately ran into Yoke. He had countless questions, but Yoke refused to answer them. He explained that his role was only to observe and accompany Shinta for the year. The true purpose of the Rebirth program was to help lost people learn how to stand on their own, so it wouldn't be easy. Shinta admitted that all he wanted was a stable job and a quiet life once the year ended. Yoke said he respected that decision. Back home, Shinta slipped back into his old habits. Meanwhile, Yoke sat down to write his daily experiment report, one he had written many times before. He had done the same thing the previous year, but unfortunately, that subject had failed. This time, Yoke had higher hopes for Shinta. "If you could be young again, what's the very first thing you would do?"